Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Air One YouTube channel. I'm Brian Crochoke here with Air One President Mark Cipollone, and we're here to break down the 101st running of the Indianapolis 500. We're going to go through the drivers through the 11 rows of three. Mark, how you doing this evening?
Good, Ryan. Happy to be here.
Yeah, and looking forward to this. Let's just get right into it. We'll go with row 11. James Davison, Zach Beach, Sebastian Saavedra. Davison will be making his third start, Beach his first, Sebastian Saavedra his sixth. Mark, no one has ever won the Indianapolis 500 from the 11th row. I don't see that changing this year.
I agree with you. I don't see any of those drivers having a chance at winning unless they get really, really lucky. James Davison was just thrown into the fire here. Was just practiced today, and he'll have some more time in the car on Friday. The car is fast. I mean, the Dale Coyne Hondas are quick. Ed Jones, rookie, second quick today in race trim, and the guy's been pretty impressive. So my point is, the team knows how to put a fast car on the track, and if Davison could get his act together on Friday on Carb Day, then maybe he has a chance. Otherwise, I don't see anybody from the back row winning.
Yeah, I see Davison as having the best prospects of those three, but I think a top 15 would be a great result for any of those three. Moving on to row 10, we have the 1996 winner, Buddy Lazier. This will be Lazier's 20th start. Spencer Piggott making his second start, and Pippa Mann in the Dale Coyne entry. I believe this is Pippa Mann's sixth start. Same thing here for now. I will say this. The Indianapolis 500 has been won twice from the 28th position, 1911 and 1936. Mark, who won the 1936 race?
Don't remember.
Louis Meyer.
Louis Meyer.
Sixth. So Mann, Piggott, Lazier, I really don't see much of a prospect here.
No, I agree with you. None of them. I don't see having a chance to win. So. Hopefully, if they finish in the top 15, they should be happy.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, let's just move right ahead to row 9. Starting in the 27th position is Jack Harvey, the rookie. Connor Daly will start 26th. Gabby Chavez will start 25th. Harvey, Mark, has not had a lot of speed all month, nor has Daly. Chavez has had his moments, but I think, again, prospects here, a top 10 would be good for any of these cars.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, Jack Harvey's with the Andretti team. I mean, they have the car, they have the setup, but Harvey has not been able to, show the skills he had in Indy Lights is not translating into Indy cars so far.
Yeah, agreed. Now, let's move ahead to row 8. I think this is where things get interesting. Starting on the outside of row 8 is two-time Indianapolis 500 runner-up Carlos Munoz. In the middle of row 8 is the reigning series champion Simon Pagenaud, and on the inside of row 8 is Joseph Newgarden. This is interesting because of Penske, and does Penske have the race pace? That's something that Tim Cindric mentioned this weekend, as he thought the team would have good race pace. If that's the case, then Newgarden and Pagenaud are certainly in play here. I don't think Munoz is in play for a win, but Pagenaud Newgarden would be.
Yeah, the Ford team hasn't had the speed so far. They haven't got the Chevys figured out yet after running Hondas. The two Penske drivers, Newgarden and Pagenaud, haven't really shown much speed either most of the month. But the way the Honda's been blowing up, it's possible that they can come through for the win. But there's other Penske drivers that I think would have a better chance. And again, and I said it the previous nights, Penske still may be bringing, a hot Chevy engine for the race. So, I guess we're going to see.
Yeah, he would do that if the rules allow. Okay, moving on to row 7. Sage Karam, Jay Howard, Elio Castro Neves. This is Sage Karam's fourth 500 start. Jay Howard, I believe I'd have to look up with Howard. I don't think he started in the car race. I believe the last one he started was the Vegas 2011 race, I want to say. And then Elio Castro Neves, obviously a 3-time winner of the race. I don't know, Mark. Sage Karam has shown some speed with this team before. He's liable to crash, mind you, but I think at the very least, Sage will make his presence known in some way.
in some way. Jay Howard was fastest on one day of practice, so he
Yes,
showed a little bit of speed there. Elio is has been, I think, focusing on race setup the whole month, or the whole week and a half. So I think that if I had to pick out of those three drivers, I think Elio was going to have the best chance, in the Penske Chevy. He wants that number four. He wants that number four win desperately.
yes, yeah, that is true. One thing uh, one thing of note is the row seven outside the top 20. Howard is starting in the 20th position. The race has been won once since 1974 from that starting position outside the top 20. That was Al Unser, of course, in
87.
1987. Actually, Al Unser won from the 20th position in 1987.
Yeah, he lucked out.
Now, moving ahead to the sixth row, Juan Pablo Montoya, James Hinchcliffe, Charlie Kimball. I think Montoya is always in play at Indianapolis. He has always run well here, I think with the exception of last year. Hinchcliffe has had moments here. Kimball finished third 2 years ago. None of those three have had a month that jumps out at me that would make me sort of think that they're contenders. Of the three, I would think I would probably take Montoya as the best bet.
Yeah, I would say so. I still think come race day, the Penske's are going to, be on pace. I don't think we've seen everything from them yet. That's just my feeling.
Okay, moving ahead to row 5, Max Chilton, Graham Rahal, Michaela Lotion. Chilton, I don't see him as a contender. Rahal has run well here before, finished third in 2011. The Lotion has been fast at times, but again, a Lotion, I don't know if I trust his ability to get through to the end. I would say the best bet from this particular group would be Rahal.
My nod has to go with Max Chilton. He's in the Ganassi Honda. He was fastest in race trim today, fastest. So the car's quick. The Ganassi Hondas are quick, like the Andretti Hondas.
Yeah.
And he's an ex-F1 driver. He's been in IndyCar now long enough where he's got some experience. I think with the right moves and the right strategy, I think he has a shot at it. So out of that row, I would have to pick Max Chilton.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Moving ahead to the fourth row, the outside Oriol Servia. I think just a guy who's had a super impressive month so far in the middle of the fourth row is Ed Jones, and then on the inside of the fourth row is Ryan Hunter-Reay. I think you have at least two contenders in this row, perhaps a third. But Hunter-Reay is my pick to win the race. Ed Jones is having himself quite a month.
Yep, I agree with you. Hunter-Reay is going to be quick. He knows how to race at Indy. He's always good on race day, and so I expect him to move to the front. And Ed Jones has been incredibly impressive. Second quick. He was second fastest behind Hunter-Reay in round one, Group 1 qualifying on Sunday, and today he's second fastest overall in race trim at above 228 miles an hour. So the rookie's looking strong, and Dale Coyne's got a great engineering staff, as I mentioned before. So I would have to give Hunter-Reay the nod, but Ed Jones, I think, can pull off a surprise here.
Yeah, he's of note. I don't know what this means, but Jones is starting in the 11th position. That is the same spot Alexander Rossi started last year and won as a rookie. Moving ahead to the third row, Will Power on the outside, Marco Andretti in the middle, Tony Kanaan on the inside. Kanaan, 2013 winner of the race, has historically been very strong at Indy. Marco Andretti has historically been very strong at Indy with a second, 2/3, led a number of laps. And of course, we still don't know where Sam Hornish got that speed that number of years ago, if we want to talk about that. And then Will Power on the outside. I think all three of them are contenders. If I had to rank them, I would probably rank Kanaan, Power, and Andretti in that order. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. Um, I was watching some of the practice today, and um, power was there, but he doesn't quite seem to have the same speed as the Hondas. So unless they're still sandbagging, unless things are going to have to fall his way. But out of all the Penske drivers, he has the best chance for sure. Marco has
Yeah.
had fairly good race pace as well, and but something always seems to not go his way. Kanan is a former winner and a Charger, and he's got Scott Dixon's setup on the car, same setup, right? So on race day, I expect he's going to be fast too. So I don't know who to pick on that row. It's going to be
Yeah.
close.
I think, if Ganassi's really clicking in with Dixon being on the pole, Chilton being fastest today, that would indicate Ganassi is firing on all cylinders. I think Kanan is squarely in play. Nobody is talking about
Right.
it. So that could be sort of, I don't know if I call him a sleeper, but a little bit kind of an under the radar contrarian type
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Yep.
The second row, a lot of speed here. J.R. Hildebrand, Fernando Alonso, Takuma Sato. Sato, of course, had the near miss with Franchitti. I want to say 5 years ago. Hildebrand, of course, had the in 2011 had the incident coming out of turn 4, and Fernando Alonso has been the talk of Indianapolis this month. I think all three of them are contenders, given their previous form and the speed they've shown this month.
Now the Carpenter and Hildebrand weren't that quick in race trim today. They um, they did well in qualifying. I don't know that they have the race pace. So I don't rate either one of those for the race unless they get lucky. Out of those three drivers in row two, I have to go with Alonso. After watching him in practice today in race trim, he was passing more cars than anybody else, and he was passing cars left and right in the short straight, which nobody else was doing. The guy's got, either he's a great driver, or he's got the right setup on that car, but he's going to be a potent force on race day. Just watch out for Fernando Alonso.
Yeah, I'm starting to be a bit of a believer. I remember last year when we were in the hotel, you kept telling me about Alexander Rossi, and I sort of poo-pooed you. And I think it's a bit similar. You have someone who's a rookie at the speedway, but he just seems very confident, seems very relaxed, seems to be really enjoying himself, seems to have taken to Indianapolis very well. Yeah, I think he's absolutely in play. And again, we'll wrap this up here. Moving to the front row, you have the defending winner, Alexander Rossi. Again, who looks super confident. Ed Carpenter, who has been close in the past. And you have Scott Dixon, the 2008 winner, and who won his third pole on Sunday. So, I guess your thoughts here on the front row, Mark?
Well, I already mentioned Carpenter. I don't think he's got the race pace. We'll
Yeah.
see, I guess. Out of the three, I think Dixon is strong. He's the pole sitter. He was at a mile an hour faster almost. So I have to go with him. But Rossi's going to be there. Rossi, last year, as I said it before, he won the race on a fuel economy run, but in fact he turned the fastest lap in the race last year as a rookie. And if you think about it, last year and so far this year, he hasn't put a wheel wrong. As a rookie, never touched a wall, never hit anybody, ran a clean race, won the race. This year he's got a year under his belt. I just think he's going to be right there. So it's going to come down to if all the top drivers, Alonso, Hunter Ray, Dixon, and Rossi, are still running that last 30 lap sprint to the finish, it's going to be real interesting.
Yeah, it's something about the Speedway and Rossi just seem to agree. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Well, that is a
I'm
wrap on
I'm
the
excited,
11th.
by the way. I think it's gonna be a great race. I think that the talent in this field is stronger than it's been in a long time, and I think we're going to see a good race. I hope so. I hope the weather's good, and we see a clean race. I think it's going to be some great racing out there.
Yeah, and just to add to that, I think that you know um, there was the 2007 to 2010 stretch where he had some kind of dull, kind of drab 500s. The field wasn't as strong, and the 500 was struggling a little bit. I think that this really since 2011, the racing has been excellent.
Yeah.
And you've had, 5 or 6 just outstanding races in a row, and I don't see why this one would be any different. I think
And
this should be an excellent race.
and nobody's going to pull away. Watching them run in traffic today, even drivers with a fairly good lead to start with, the draft, the hole in the air is so big that eventually they reel them in. You get reeled in. So I don't see anybody pulling away. There's enough fast guys that I don't see anybody being that much faster that they're going to actually pull away. So I think we're going to see a lot of slipstreaming, a lot of passing. With slipstreaming, you're going to see some, as the track gets oily or slippery from tire marbles, you're going to see the guys who are handling the best and can change the handling of the car as the race wears on are going to be the ones who are going to be there at the end to win this thing. It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, that is a wrap. That's the 11 rows of threes for the Indianapolis 500. For your coverage of all things from Indianapolis, Tim Wolford and Lucille Dust have been doing an excellent job out in Indianapolis covering the events there this week. So check out Auto Racing 1 to see their work. For Mark Cipollone, I'm Brian Carocchio. Have a good night.
Bye, everybody. Have a good evening. Thanks for joining.